a record that started on the 30th of October 1937 and continues to this day, spanning over 4,000 consecutive matches. Manchester United have featured a youth team player that's come through their academy in their first team matchday squad. From Duncan Edwards and Bobby Charlton and the famous Busby Babes, right the way through to the class of '92, and current first team players like Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho. It's a rich history of bringing youth to the first team. And there's one player in particular that we're going to talk about in today's video, and that's the Stockport Seedorf himself, Kobbie Mainoo, who's currently smashing it for England. And with the help of FM24, I am going to sim his entire career and see how he gets on and see if there's even a cheeky Ballon d'Or in there. But before we get into it, please don't forget to give us a like, share and subscribe and get that notification bell clicked so you don't miss out on future content put out on the channel. Get your comments in, let us know what you think, and let's get into it. Okay. That wasn't something I was expecting to see so soon. He's already moved to another club. He signed for Tottenham. Okay. Right. Okay. So obviously I started the game based as the game starts 23-24 season. And in his first full season for United, he plays 31 games and he gets 3 goals and he gets 1 assist, which is, I think, is pretty solid. And in the 24-25 season, which obviously is the one that's coming up next, he gets another 33 games under his belt. And he doesn't score any goals, but he does get 3 assists. Looks like another pretty solid season for him. But then whoever is in charge of United at the 25-26 season quite clearly doesn't really seem to fancy Kobbie, does he? He plays less than half the games that he did the season before. He doesn't get any goals. He doesn't get any assists. So it looks like a January transfer window move to Tottenham for £28.5 million. And he finishes that season with another 16 games for them. And he does manage to get a goal. And he does manage to get an assist as well. But I'm quite surprised so early in his career, he's already made the move and he's left United. No trophies to speak of as such. But there is that under 21 with England winners. So that's something to add to his resume. So yeah, let's see how the next season pans out. Okay, so quite obviously he's still at Tottenham. He looks like he's had a pretty decent season, really. Again, quite solid. Another 27 appearances for Tottenham. He's got the just the 1 goal, no assist this time for him. I think from a history, a personal point of view, I don't think he's won any trophies yet with Tottenham. And I'm pretty certain that there isn't going to be a Ballon d'Or, certainly at this point of his career. And I think now that he plays for Tottenham, it's highly unlikely that it's going to be at any point of his career. But let's have a look and see if there is. Yeah, as I suspected, he's nowhere near this. Kylian Mbappe is smashing it 25-26 season. And obviously the season before that, 24-25, Jude Bellingham wins the Ballon d'Or. So I'm 99.9% certain we will not see Kobbie pick up a Ballon d'Or. So Kobbie is now 24 years old. We are on the 29th of May, 2029. From a personal point of view, let's have a look. He's won the FA Cup with Tottenham in 2028, and he's runner-up in the Champions League in 2027 with Tottenham, which is I didn't expect to be saying on this, I'll be honest. He wins the European International League with England. I think it's the Nations League. So from a personal point of view, I think he's done all right. He's stats-wise, oops. Get his stats back up. There we go, that one. So for the 27-28 season, he plays 34 games, gets 2 goals, and he gets 3 assists. And he does pick up a Player of the Match award, which is decent. And then the following season, which is the one we're into now, 28-29. Again, he features heavily for Tottenham. He gets 35 games under his belt with 2 goals, and he gets 2 assists as well. So I think that's kind of like what we're going to see now. Heavily featured first team player, gets a couple of goals, gets a couple of assists. I'm not going to look at the Ballon d'Or because I'm 100% confident that he's nowhere near it. But we'll move on to the next season and see how he does. Okay, so there's been another new club. He has now gone on loan to Atletico Madrid. He's 25 years old. It's the 29th of May 2030. Let's have a look at his stats and see if we can figure out what's gone on. So 28-29 season, he had a solid season again, 35 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. And then the 29-30 season, which is what we've just finished, he plays the 20 games. He gets 1 goal and he gets 2 assists. Doesn't sound like that's enough for Tottenham, because away he goes to Atletico Madrid on a 6-month loan from the January to the end of the season, where he plays 13 games, gets 3 assists, and he's played of the match twice, which is okay. From a career point of view, he wins the Carabao Cup with Tottenham to add to his FA Cup winners medal, which is okay. And he's in the Atletico Madrid seasonal best 11. I am not, again, going to look at the Ballon d'Or because I know for a fact he is nowhere near it. I didn't expect to see him move twice in his career. If you think about the hype that currently surrounds Kobbie at the minute, I've already mentioned it. I expected him to be mainstay at United. So to see him move twice, we can assume from this he will move to Atletico Madrid full term. So we'll get into the next season and see if that does actually happen. Yeah, so as you can see, we've fast forwarded a couple of years now. He's now 28 years old, but he has made that switch to Atletico Madrid on a permanent basis. Let's have a look and see what the last couple of years look like for Kobbie. Yeah, so in his we last looked at the Tottenham before he's moved to Atletico Madrid on loan. They pay 69 million for him, which is it's not a bad bit of business really for Spurs. In his first full season for Atletico Madrid, he plays 36 games. He gets no goals, but he smashes it with 4 assists, which is his season best so far. 1 player of the match. But then the 31-32 season, he plays 32 games, doesn't score again, but he gets 8 assists, which I think is pretty decent. He's only played of the match once, but he's looking a pretty solid squad player, isn't he? That seems to be what he's getting used at. And then the season that we would have just finished, which is the 32-33 season, again, he gets 30 games under his belt. He gets 2 goals, which is good to see, and another 7 assists and 4 player of the match awards. Now, is that going to translate to any sort of like personal accolades? I'm pretty sure it isn't. But we can definitely have a look. I just want to see how it looks like in terms of competitions that he's won. So Tottenham won the Champions League back in 2030, actually. So obviously he was on loan to Atletico Madrid at the time, but whether that he gets a medal for that, we'll crack that he does. So then he goes to Atletico Madrid for 69 million, as we've already said, and then he wins the Spanish Cup in 2031, which is decent. And then again, he wins the Spanish Cup with Atletico Madrid this season. So he's picking up winners' medals, which is good to see. In terms of the Ballon d'Or, I don't think it's going to be enough. But let's have a look. And as we expected, it's not Kobbie Mainoo. It's Kylian Mbappe. He is smashing it season after season after season after season after season. Does he feature anywhere else? It's highly unlikely. Is he going to be Footballer of the Year? He isn't. No. That's interesting. Jamal Musiala. He's at Liverpool. Okay. Is he likely to be in the World Team of the Year? I wouldn't have thought so. He isn't. But did you really expect it? I didn't. Let's move on to the next season and see how he does. So the following season then, he's 29 years old now. We're on the 29th of May 2034. Looks like he's had another solid season. No trophies to add to his collection. But from a seasonal point of view, again, he's another solid 31 appearances. He scored 3 goals and he gets 4 assists. He seems to be pretty constant with his assists. It's not great, but it's not bad by any means. Particularly if he's not hitting their first 11, and I think that's pretty good. To be fair, another 3 Player of the Match awards. So it sounds like he's hit his level now, and this is going to be it for the rest of his career, which we will move on to now and have a look at. So we've moved on quite a way now. We're end of May 2039. Kobbie's is into his 30s now. We have gone on quite a bit. He's still at Atletico Madrid. He's still hitting them assists. Wow, look at them. So we last looked at the 32-33 season. So for the 33-34 season, again, 31 goals, 3 assists. 3 goals, 3 assists. Following season, 32 games, 9 assists, which is his career best. But only 1 Player of the Match award. You'd have thought maybe he would have got a bit more than that, perhaps. 35-36 season, he scores 3 goals and gets 4 assists in 32 games. 36-37 season, he's on 37 appearances now for Atletico Madrid. 2 goals, 7 assists. He's still hitting them assists, which I think 7, 8, and 9 are pretty decent. I think that's good. The 37-38 season, he's playing 34 games, 4 goals, 4 assists, 2 Player of the Match awards. And for the current end of season, 38-39, he gets 30 appearances on the belt with just a 1 goal and 2 assists. From a personal point of view, let's see if he's managed to pick anything up, which he has. He's got a Spanish Cup win under his belt again. 2036, he picks up the Spanish Super Cup winners. So he's picked up a fair few medals under his belt. I'm quite pleased with that. So from a Ballon d'Or point of view, he's just miles away, isn't he? Let's be honest. He's not Footballer of the Year. He's not in the World Team of the Year. I mean, it is what it is. Let's be honest. Let's have a look who actually is. Okay. Some interesting names on that list. Vinicius Junior wins it. Tottenham players winning Ballon d'Ors. Who'd have thought it, eh? I'm probably not going to look at that now because he's just not winning. But at 34 now, let's crack on and see the last couple of seasons he's got under his belt. Let's see if he can finish off in style. So it's the 30th of May 2041. Kobbie is now 36 years old. And as you can see there, plans to retire on the 29th of the 6th, 2041. So he's retiring at the end of next month. Let's have a look. Let's review his career as a whole then. So from breaking into the first team at United and the 23-24 season, right away through to the 2040-41 season to Atletico Madrid. It's a pretty solid season. It's a pretty solid career all round. It's not what I expected. I certainly didn't expect him to move to Tottenham of all clubs. But he's really done well in Spain. He's picking up 32 games, 30, 34, 37 is I think that's the most featured season. In that one, he gets 2 goals and 7 assists. So he's still managing to pick up assists towards the back end of his career. But I'm pretty happy with that. I'm all right. Would I have liked to seen it a bit different? Would I have liked to have seen it match Jude Bellingham's? Yeah, I would. I'm not going to lie as a United fan. But if they can't make it at United, you just want them to see him go on and have a good, successful career, which he's quite clearly done. So I will take that. Let me know your thoughts. Get your comments in the comment section below. What did you think? Is there anybody that you'd like me to cover next? And thank you for watching. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you again. Laters.